Alright, hello, welcome. Oh, are we actually live? We are not actually live.
And then it just shut you off.
Let's see here, what's going on here? Rumble Studio, what are you doing? Oh, maybe? Alright, hello, welcome in. It is the 23rd of May in the year 2026. It's Saturday.
Give us a smile, Phoenix.
Alright, my focus checker is doing their work. I'm gonna have to put my spectacles on, but I loved my eye makeup so much. I was like, I can't hold this from you. I'll leave my spectacles off for a moment so I can just even. What's going on? Oh,
We're just adjusting. It's the first couple of minutes.
Okay. Right.
Nobody knows I'm here.
Folks are piling on in there.
Nobody gets what's going on behind the scenes.
Up close, up personal, for the most amazing chat section.
Bangarang!
There's my peanut gallery, the most awesome, the best chat ever. There is room up in the nosebleed section for spectacular workers and lurkers, because a show should not just be fun. If you are participating in chat, you have to get enjoyment even when you're doing something completely different. And we strive to do that with the sweet sounds of the sewing machine and whatever chaotic babble happens to pour out of my mouth. And who am I, you ask? I am your ringleader at this circus, the one, the only, the Phoenix Electra. Because I'm so vain, I probably think this show is about me. I do, which is why I press the go live button 3 times a week. I'm so vain. I usually make stuff just for me. I do, but I keep thinking I'm gonna branch out into little things, accessories.
And now I'm not sure what microphone.
And now you're not sure what microphone I'm on? Alright, let's check.
Very much in theatric mode.
Okay, it says we're on this microphone. So,
Keep talking.
Keep talking, we're ironing out the glitches. I can't see. Alright. Enjoy the makeup. I've got to put my spectacles on now so I can see to thread the needle, because as much as I keep trying to avoid it, I really need to get Mama's Necklace project sorted and sent, along with a whole bunch of her other things that have been collecting. So, what's going on?
It's fun enough.
You'll allow it?
I'll look for some opinions on the.
Alright. Wow, there's lots of
peanut
people.
gallery.
The peanut folks are creeping on in. I know, I'm curious. Do we need to do a test? If we can be the most disliked but most watched sewing show on the internet. I'm told I'm not supposed to have that as a goal. Here we are. Alright, so I am threading up the machine with gold. As soon as that's done, I will grab the project. Yes, we are doing this fancy sewing, and I get to prevent you from the close-up cam because in old-fashioned straight-up OBS, for some reason, like, my button on the right-hand side that's got like the record and this and that, my virtual camera button is just not there, and I find it in the Rumbot, Helix, whatever they're naming themselves, OBS spoon thing, so I tried opening that, virtual camera present, but then I go to Rumble Studio, and you know it's not an option for a camera choice. OBS virtual cam. So I'm like, well, here we are. I am looking around to see where I may not yet have done the couching stitching. So I've got, oh, here I am. I'm so trained. I really want to be able to show this on the close-up camera. But let me step forward and remember, you can't hear me unless I project really loud. This is the thread we are sewing over. Or filament, what have you. What say thee? Tuck in. Hey, Loki. He's under his rocking chair. Oh, Phoenix, you didn't even check that chat works. And before I hoop up, I will show you in the front seas. Let's see here. There. What's that? Chat works. Chat works too. Yeah, we only have one camera. I like you off to that side. Oh, that's right. Speaking of sides, here is what we're working on. Here, I'll have the back of the necklace in the upright orientation. So, we've done cut work. Well, we've done a lot of things to get to where we are. And now, where is it? Where do I need to start? So, when we first, many weeks and months ago now, there was a time where the step was to lay down this gold filament. Where's my, there you are. And cut out the in-between sections, then did the black cutout work. At some point we sewed the red. Oh, you know what, it helps if I really am big in this bottom hoop. So amazing how an embroidery project, whether it's this type or hand embroidery or needlework or something, you have to really not have to open the hoop up that much, but the farther you go, and I am being very careful, I am only very gently tugging, and particularly on areas where it's mostly the fabric. I don't want to pull too much over the cutwork sections because they are fragile. We've been so far so good and so careful. We are going to take a moment, let folks pile in, and from this back direction, we're going to carefully take snips. We're going to tuck in, get comfortable. Stay hydrated. And carefully just trim away flyaway fabrics, or threads, little extra bits and bobs, because I don't need them getting caught. We're going to have the orangey that disappears mesh as a background protective layer. So that's going to diffuse some of the unsightliness, but also somewhere along the line I learned that with fine quality needlework activities that the goal not only is to have a beautiful front of the gobject, yes, the gobject, but the back should be nicer than the front actually, or if not more nice, then as nice as. Also, all these little threads, they get caught, they pull, they do funny things on the feed dogs, and don't need that. Those preventable errors or misadventures. Here we are. Like the album try not to cut anything that I shouldn't. It's mostly the white bobbin thread that needs to be removed. And so here we are. What's going on?
I don't know.
Are you you're disappointed?
Are you doing both of these right now?
Am I doing both of what?
You're not doing this camera.
No, this camera is not on. There's only one camera. What microphone?
The microphone, it still sounds like you're in an auditorium.
USB interface. It should.
Let's try this one. Go back and listen and see if this setting is nicer. Unless it's my wire. No, that's my mouse. No, David, you are entirely occluding the camera. Okay, go back and listen. My tech is doing a very terrible job about not wearing black and attempting and disrupting the show by their being so obviously present. No.
It's not easy having to spend each day the color of the leaves. Why wonder? Why wonder?
I'm going to try to steal the show. How dare you can't help it. He's like, I don't want to be on. I gotta plan it. We gotta rehearse. We gotta do this stuff. You know, he never does any of those things. But then, whenever he feels like it, he just shows up, just like a cat, trying to steal the show again. Alright, but we have to keep gathering so that we can see. Is the microphone situation more horrible or less horrible than before? What do I think? Alright, are we going to have feedback? Oh, it does sound furry. What's going on? It sounds like... No, like something's wrong with the port. It does sound funny, but there's nothing. I know, Loki. I hear what it sounds like we're under the sea. Oh, we don't want to hear me that one. Under the sea. Everything's steady. One way steady. Picking up my... As soon as I start sewing, it'll go away. It's either the cord or my computer fan. I flew too close to the fan and put something off full time. But it's not that loud. I hear it gently humming. I probably should have left those on the project. Alright, clean. That tidy enough where I need to sew. I think so. I really also do not want the white bobbin thread peeking through under the black portion, so that's something I'm trying to be extra mindful of. Oh my god, it's been a while since I replaced my phone cord, so maybe it's time. Guys, everything's wrapped up. The microphone cord is not well cared for. Oops, I should probably not touch it lest I fluff it up again. Alright, gently, okay, I'm giving a gentle taut, trying not to pull out of shape the work now, what I was here originally for. Bottoming up backside. I picked this big hoop so I could get a really... I wanted to hoop a large surface area to decrease the tension of the smaller hip on the work we've already done. Those fancy words. There's a little saggy on the side. Gently. Oh, no. Alright. We're good. Remove the presser foot, set in the drawer so you don't lose another one. Let's get our needle threaded and begin. I guess I'll be nice. I'll hold up. Here's what it looks like in the hoop. And maybe if I move you closer to my mouth, hollow mic in my mouth. Alright, I'm just trying to look on the work to see where it looks like I haven't done the second round of couching, and that's where we're gonna start. Let's see here. I'm gonna leave the couching thread inside the hoop so we know where it is. Oh, you are in my piece. Is there a happy compromise to this relationship, Mike? You know, my fancy head answer is it's a lapel mic and a sewing machine mic. But I don't have the patience or the know-how to be that fancy without assistance. I can't do that myself. I don't. Okay, regardless, we are a sewing show using primarily these days this beautiful single 27 Sphinx. I'm going to hand advance a couple of times to set the first number of stitches because important part number one, you need to be light in your fingers like if you are a butterfly. You need assistance to hold things, go for it. Unlike the strength and heavy-handedness used by the athletes of the enhanced games, we are gentle and slow. I want very hard to remove any last of the white showing, but not full.
Actually, you might as well catch it to your lapel, which is actually doing when you
Okay, yeah, I'll keep you in my mouth, Mike. I've heard this is the best orientation, so. Alright, here we go. I'll try not to swallow too loudly. Oh, this. Oh, okay, yeah. I'll try. I'll try. I'll try not to. Alright, let's get back to slow, gentle, and deliberate. Which I guess is just what I need to be with my words today, also. Making myself paranoid looking at my project right now. Sorry, well, I guess if I just don't say anything, then there's no problem not hearing my words. Alright, I'm just trying to make sure I'm just encapsulating these little bridges of gold. Oh, I'm gonna end up Shazzy's in there too. Alright. So I'm trying to, right, we're just doing cleanup work. We're doing finishing work. Oh god, you are in my eyeballs. Alright, we have to find a compromise because you are compromising my ability to enjoy my own show right now, Mike. It's just being very deliberate and careful not to misshapen anything with the stitch placement. this top section, I'm just gonna do a couple of tacking stitches. This is all gonna be covered over. It's yep. What am I, Phoenix? What the fluff are you doing? This needs not smooth. Okay. I didn't like the path I was on, so let me retrieve my scissors and run it back forward. I want to start the gold thread so I can carry it over the longest trajectory, but that one I was on wasn't very satisfying, so I think I'm going to start here instead. There's no longer routes to travel. Alright, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm leaving a pretty good tail because this particular gold filament likes to shed, or it becomes very easily unwound if I accidentally pierce it with the needle. And it causes me troubles. The other thing too, this is just slow. You can't rush this portion of this type of activity. It's just slow and slow. Is my audio that bad? Oh, excuse me. Why? How's everything? Why is? Because this is what I said I would. Alright. How am I doing, guys? Alright. Please talk to me now. Okay, we're gonna just Phoenix, stop. No, don't do that. Just do this. And stop fluffing around. Alright. Get back to selling this project. You cannot worry your way on other portions to get out of finish this project. That's not the way this goes, kid. You're gonna have to tie your family to the sewing machine for the next 3 hours. You might need to do that. So, tuck in and enjoy the ride. I'm just barely using my left index fingers to A, act as my presser foot, but B, as so the tool to lay down the gold filament. And a little spot that doesn't look good, and so before I travel too far, I'm just gonna go back and fix it because I am. I'm just covering up some of the light. That's good, because I'm gonna carry the gold. This nice little costume. For tacking, and I'm going to, that is my time to know. I know, the snips are on my sewing machine, A, so that I don't lose them, but B, I find that they add just the right amount of extra tension for when I'm using my big spool. Let's put on this one. Okay. This sewist longest one. We can't be biggest with this, but we can be sewist longest. don't feel like my text. Phoenix, just shut up. Oh, your stitches done. Actually, you know, this is analogous to a time under tension exercise. You're doing it really slowly. The time that you feel tension is greater. You can't just speed through it. I feel like your push-ups are getting too hard. Count 2 down, 2 up, or 5 down, 5 up, or whatever. I want to see how you feel. And we're gonna go around this. Right there we go. Oh my gosh. Too much pressure, right? It's stuck. I need to be able to see. Actually. Oh, and I need to not poke my head. Hello, relax. Sorry. Oh my God. Hope all is well in these wild times inland. Oh my God. Yeah. Can we just go and say this weekend has started off explosive? Oh, speak action. Whoa. Ooh. I don't say more than you, but are you at all worried or have any anxiousness about that industrial plant threatened explosion down in Orange County? You're like, hey, welcome. Your house burned down from the Palisades. You've come down to Orange County, and now we offer you this. Like, oh, oh man. And then it's so funny because industrial accidents do happen on a with relative frequency, but there was that one in California. There's another one in Europe right now that was like, oh, so many. Oh God. Pick your disaster. We will figure out how we can sew it happy because I can't sew sadness and anger into this project. But how can we transform disasters into positive growth? Because oh, you can't make this shit up. Oh my God. You cannot make up the disaster that is the real world right now. And from what I see and what my spidey senses say, I prepare for the long haul because we are just now entering the prodrome phase, which means the little the prolonged beginning or the beginning. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, I'm kind of excited. Should we tomorrow night for the enhanced games? I don't even know who the athletes are. Do we even know what the events are? Like, what's going on? All we know is these people, doctors, are getting a lot of money. And holy moly, do they live in this country where some of these things are differently legal, or do they used to live in Dubai? The amount of UED that was like Dubai, the summer camp for enhanced athlete training, because for whatever reason you can't drink alcohol. But would you like some Halo test? Would you like some Anavar? Would you like what would you, I don't, but I mean, keeping high-level performance humans is very much like keeping high-performance racehorses. Speaking of other areas where the overuse of enhanced substances is marginally problematic. Yes, I'm kind of excited. Oh, we talked about this going on for a while now, and it's only recently that we're like, oh, it's going to be a Rumble. Yeah. I wonder where else it's being broadcast. Or is it? I can't imagine it being a Rumble exclusive because nobody would see it. Much like our show. If I don't understand their search algorithm, things like even still not so much topic based, like if you don't know a creator's name, I don't know how people find you. I mean, I guess other than literally scrolling through all of the pages and hoping like, oh, I hope this channel's not a shit show. Oh, thinking that the show's imploding when I hear footsteps behind me. What are you doing, Loki? Who's out there? Are you hunting squirrels? Are you hunting birdies? I know, I need to get a cute picture of you for advertisement purposes. This little man on the sewing machine was, oh, he had that look in his eyes of like, oh my god, you should be making something. I'm just gonna shame you until you like pick up a, use your hands for a skill. Though, I'm thinking his mind that skill also could just be opening the food jar, but yeah. Okay, there's a big chunk of white that I see flying very carefully placing the needle. I can add more tension to it. You just try to rather than slowly built into submission. Because we can't have that. It's painfully slow, but necessary. Again, time under tension. Also, this color, having chosen the black for the mesh net, that was a choice. It's very marginally challenging to see where I got the light set up. Look good on camera for people to see you. No, actually, I probably just need to lift the chair up so I'm more on top of the work. Please stop for me. Alright, let's boost this chair up. My feet are not going to touch the floor. Okay. Ooh, I'm definitely up higher. Alright. So, make it faster. Make it slow. I feel like I'm dwarf in a giant chair. Hey, handsome. If you are very gentle, you can be my emotional support cat, but please make your presence known out of my peripheral vision before you jump, because then I can cover up the work. And I'm gonna just carry to the next bar. I still have to I still have to finish making and applying the crochet chain. It's gonna be that outer perimeter border. The perimeter border. That's the piece. But this part needs to get done before that part needs to get done. So, Alright, Laura's sitting up straight. Okay. Tomorrow's show is just going to be filled with monotonous straight line stitching, ruffling, and organizing, thread, ruffles, and box pleated trim. Because I thought, I thought, oh, it would be, I have a case of the bindings. We don't really need new things in the collection. You just need to shop your stash and remind yourself what you have. So, and to just attempt to reorganize, because there was nothing in there that I was going to use everything. We're not downsizing our stash other than we're moving stash to finished garments, finished objects. But Phoenix, what were you putting on? We did that. And a gajillion new garments from side stash of things. I'm like, oh, that would be good. Also, we keep making super gigantic things, and I need a few more options for just normie time. Normie costumes, not just fancy over the top costumes. So we'll do some sketching, or I will sketch you what I'm thinking of, just not right now. Oh, because what I was getting at was as I was organizing, I remembered that we had a number of yards cut for the purposes of trim and leftovers from other previous pieces. So I was thinking that to finish a whole shit ton of yards of rolled hemming, and maybe do some with the shirring foot and cording, but also I thought it would be superly duperly fun to do box pleated trim and then apply shinies to them for the circus tent costume. Additionally, I pulled some of the cotton sateen from the thrift store we got that day that we got the two of them. What was it? Fancy stuff that we found on the cheap, which is my favorite, right? But yeah, one of them had a lighter hand to it, but I thought for all of the jazzling and the abuse this is going to take, I chose the more sturdy one, I think that was a nice choice. But then because I have coins. Can't for the life of me. Well, actually, narrowing down spaces. There is a bolt of black lace in a cupboard somewhere. Because I was trying to decide if we want the red to be alternating with white lace over a black base fabric, or black lace on white fabric. And then I was like, Phoenix, the only answer is yes, and we mix up, do red, a panel of red. Oh, maybe instead of a full panel, we'll do a panel of red, a panel that, and surround that by the white lace on black solid next to, we'll figure it out. The answer is yes, and then we'll figure it out from there. Because we want it to be like big and swirly. It's really impressive how some well-placed stitches really goes a long way to tidy up these unsightly sections. Alright, let's do another rotatory movement. I do again apologize for doing such amazing close-up work and denying you the privilege. Actually, what I was gonna do, I was supposed to turn this the other camera on, and I was just gonna film it in. Actually, I'm not gonna do that. I might stand up for a second and use camera 2 just as a camera to record in vertical mode, so we can either speed things up from the show and get some shorts, or leave it fully. Alright, let me turn this other camera on real fast. Hold on, software. Working on beer next. What's folks working on? What? Oops. What skills are we practicing? What's keeping our hands occupied? I'm here doing this. I do know. It was instilled in me from a young age. My grandmas just did stuff. I just always, since the day I hatched, I've been surrounded by people who do and make stuff. So it was just learned by osmosis, I guess. And just exposure to lots of things. Because when we were little, at my grandparents' house, we would. My grandma had like a nut pick set. Is that what that's called? Like when you crack nuts, and you got the little tweezer pieces to pick out the nut meat, the sweet nut meat. But instead of using the tools for nut picking, we would use them to make ivory soap carvings, and it had to be ivory was the preferred soap of choice to carve with, because I think the only other option would have been Irish Spring. And I don't remember that we made green carvings. It was always ivory soap. Or, and even just plain with Play-Doh. That's kind of crafty and tactile. I did over that. I'm going to do that again, but doesn't look like I need to couch it, but it needs to be stitched over. No, it doesn't look like it. Alright. So in essence, I'm just kind of traveling from back to forth from one end of the necklace to the other on our journey of tidiness. Okay. Yeah, just slow and steady. And then making sure I ignore any itches on my face because we're not testing the stay-proofedness of our setting spray near red lipstick in this project. More today. Opposite of a hurricane. But then, speaking of other things exploding, I am obviously not always super awesome with my geography. I meant geography because I heard Bismarck Sea and thought Europe, not the South Pacific. So after my learning on that front, I heard about this newly birthed undersea volcano near in the Tonga-ish. Yeah, near Tonga, I think, if I recall correctly. That began erupting two weeks ago now, and just continues to do so. So we're watching the birth of an island, it appears, which sounds all like nice and happy, but there's a big unstable chunk that happens to fall off and causing a resulting tsunami. That's probably not going to be the best time for that. Was not on that schedule. And not words you typically think of during sewing, but I just wanted to make sure. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna exaggerate this a little bit more. Oh, I'm forcing my head into the microphone. Alright, we find a more agreeable arrangement. Does this work? Let's try. Oh my god. Oh wait, just drive slow. Okay, just move back. Don't. We want it to be nice, but we don't. Oh, let's see. Okay. I mucked up my. Oh, gentle. All right, let me hold up to the camera and I'll show off this little section that we just got stitched here. Yeah, we are so good at hostessing from these angles. Oh, there's some. Okay. We'll worry about where I'm feeling like I need to go over it one more time. Not right now. We just gotta get started. Alright. Machine all nice and tighted again. Let's put that back in thread. Close our hood cover. Not bend and break the needle. Just gonna do a couple of tidying stitches. It's bugging me, so I'm just gonna. Oh, this couching is terrible. So I'm just driving around in places where we stitched previously that I see too much of the white base fabric peeking through because I really want to minimize that as much as possible. We're better stitchers than that. I know, I almost thought that I was going to not do the black check work and the scallops at the bottom of the necklace like I had started in 2 of them, but I was taking pictures for the thumbnail and I was like, you know, it really does look cute like that. We should leave it. Oh, Phoenix, you should either talk or close your mouth. You're not catching flies with your mouth open during your show. Yeah, because nobody needs that. Nobody needs Actually, I'm also contemplating whether I should just lay down another row of the gold base layer that I'm like cleaning up right now. Just to help bring it out from the background again. But then I also don't want it to look like an applied afterthought. Like, oh, just needs to have this one more thing. I'm like, no, it was already there. And just, I guess I should pull it out and see. Or I've got a narrower one that might look nice too. Oh, that looks good. This is a section I just stitched already. I'm like, I don't like that. We're gonna have to do it again. You work that last go around was not satisfactory. I'm touching something. I'm just trying to make those little white bits disappear. We don't want to see any of those white bits. Just fixing it. Never existed. You never existed. No, do people have big plans? Are we barbecue? How are we honoring our fallen soldiers on Monday? Are we cooking for them? Are we bringing them poppies? I'm just enjoying the day off and not thinking about them. I saw pictures that in New York, in some of the tiny little towns, that they decorated the light posts with photos, names, and dates of the towns that some of the town's veterans. I thought that was kind of sweet. Nothing wrong with shit. Well, no, they're having it. There's a parade on Monday. And, yeah. I haven't told them. I'm thinking maybe we'll do an extra show on Monday just because we might have remembered to take the day off of work. We'll see what happens. Either I won't really have the day off, or Dov will be like, no, you're supposed to have a real day off. And I'm like, but streaming is like a day off. Even though I think about it for days ahead of time. So, we'll see. We'll see. Oh, that's funny. I thought I heard him. I was hearing stuff. I thought I heard him storming in. Like, no. No. Can I open that section up? Yeah, it feels there's less clean. Some spots where the cutting is nicer. You don't have to look differently. No, you just have to be careful the whole time. Don't pretend, oh, if I cut better. She still needed enough stitches to make everything look nice. Ooh. That was a sound we didn't like. Alright. I'm having like troll fingers and pressing too hard, maybe. Oh, where's my credit? No? Okay, let's get to couching. Are you stuck here? Are you stuck? No? Okay. Nope. I had too much pressure in my fingertips again. I was mashing the cutwork into the food dogs. We don't want that. Also, there's some places where there's just a really quite the stitch density. Probably will go and overfill on these leaves a little bit more too. We've got, because we keep saying, oh, we're getting closer to being, well, we're getting closer to being done with a particular step at a time, but that did not suggest we're really close to an entirely finished thing, but every stitch matters. Yeah, there was just a big nubby bit that needed to be moved. Right now, I'm going to try to go back to where the couching thread was, so good work. Now we can carry on with that section. That looks nicely more reinforced. I don't mind the different, I like that look of how old-fashioned gold has different tones to it. Nice for gold. This piece is heavily inspired by that old-fashioned gold work. Also, wait, I don't know. I do know. I just don't have the words right now. Filigree work, that's the word I was. From my head, and I thought I was gonna not throw the spool overboard, but I found it again, and it did. So, yeah, I think it was a good idea to use this big hoop, so we are not constantly needing to re-hoop the word either. What are you doing, Chilla? Oh, it's just you, Loki. Thanks. Yeah! Excuse me again. Mochi Mama! Hey, handsome! Do you want to come say hi? Would you like your... Huh. It's a good thing most people know that you really do exist, because I think they think that we were talking to ourselves, dude. Do you have anything to say for yourself? Do you have anything to say for yourself? Romeo? Well, you know what I have not been doing today is rolling up the work as I go. But it's been good. We haven't been caught. Also, I don't usually really my we don't usually put bobbles on our hands in this, but I think I would not recommend it with such fine cut work because you wouldn't want your jewelry to get snaggle-toothed on your work. That would be bad. Zero out of 0 stars. Hey, come on, honey. Oh, yeah. Alright, let me just fold up the work. Oh, yeah, look at how handsome you are. You should show them that you're sleep mesmerized. Mesmerize them, mesmerize them. Look into their eyes. Okay. I didn't say look into my eyes. I said look into their eyes. Show them your beautiful blue eyes. I don't have any snacks yet. Oh, you're here too. Oh God. Okay, don't spoil the work. Too many cats spoil the cream. I should not make. I'm doing treat sounds. Oh, that's good. Look into my eyes, please. Right now, if you haven't done it, smash some buttons and share how much you like or dislike our little show. Thank you. This show is brought to you by sponsors like you for taking the time. Oh, Loki. Alright, this is good. You want to sit there while I work for a few more minutes? No, no. Why don't you sing them a song, Loki? What's up, Lokibot? Yeah, now I think they literally, like, just see your butt. You... Loki. We'll have snacks pretty soon. I just don't want too many cat snacks on my fingers right now, 'cause trying to keep our fingers tidy, 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 just like our sewing. Making faces as I try to be very thoughtful with my stitch placement right now because there's some questionable previous choices that I'm now needing to make accommodations for. And I think we're up out of that hurdle for a moment. Okay. What are you doing, little man? I thought Loki's gone. Do you want to come sit now instead? No. Alright. Well, then we'll just keep sewing, because snacks will be there when I'm ready for to make use of my opposable thumbs. And I was looking at the black work yesterday in the photos. I was like, don't you want to add a little bit more black work? I was like, don't. Kind of. To make it look a little bit more full, but I'm not sure it's gonna. Not for me, and sometimes it is a thing with too many. I'm trying not to do that. Alright, I think I have cleaned. Just gonna go back. There's a couple thoughts I want to just tidy up. Just a little bit more. It's like in the I wants, but I'm not gonna indulge in dreaming of a good buffet. Like my Indian buffet, Chinese buffet we used to go to sometimes. The last, just unimpressed, and when I was looking at the reviews that included food poisoning, I was like, yeah, they've undergone new management, and I think, left a little bit something to be desired. I'm just looking at the prices of things. Everything is so stupid expensive. Like just perusing menus and looking at the cost and being like, oh, not that long ago this was like $5, $6 less expensive. It's gonna be fun because then it sounds like impending grain shortage. Oh, just one more thing. Oh, hey, you! Yeah, I heard you made a hit with your glowering eyes. You and your glowering eyes can't just shame us into making stuff. Oh, yet you want me to make you open a food container. I know what you're thinking. We have to sew a little bit more. We're so not ready for that time yet. Not time yet. Oh. Here, why don't we move our head if you're gonna do. He thinks he wants. My hands need to be groomed. Are my fingers dirty? You need to make sure I've got clean hands. I can't sew without a presser foot and your tail right here on the work. This is. You've rendered unsafe working conditions. You need your hazard protections on. You need a little kitty orange hard hat, a little safety vest, reflector safety vest. Yeah. Come here. Oh, no, don't put your feet on the treadle. You must be ready to treadle. You gotta practice safe treadle discipline because sometimes if your feet are on the treadle and you get excited, that means the needle's gonna go and you don't want to accidentally sew through cat hair. So we're gonna practice good treadle discipline. Dude, but I'm gonna need. Do not chew on the. Oh, Jesus. You managed to be completely in the way and completely off camera all at the same time. How? What? Yep. Now we're getting our own thing. Dude, can you do it over here? All I see is your, like, big fat butt and your tail on the work. I can't work under these conditions. Could you at least make me look like I'm not talking to your fat ass? Hey, can you just even be over here on this side of the camera? Alright, I'm being forced into an emotional cat support break. After these messages will be right back. We're in trouble. Alright, let's see if I can continue practicing good treadle discipline. Okay, thank you. Come again. After we're done with this part. Hey, boys! You guys, little man likes to sit on top of the rocker, and Loki just prefers to sit underneath the rocker. They won't curl up together, like, actually, literally, but this is almost their version. I'm gonna travel to the next block. Okay. Where's my words? Because I'm gonna do some filler, but it's over the red flower, so I want it to be red. We can do that. Use my curvy tools to just hold on. And slowly but surely, the better I can do this part, this step, I might be able to prevent having to go over it a second time. But all depends on my tidiness right now. And the worst, kid, and the worst. Just trying to take a stock of what road I needed to travel, what makes the most sense, and sometimes none of it does. Let's go there. Let's travel this way. We got quite a bit of cleanup work to do. We just chuck away at it. Oh my god, there are some of the most gigantic strawberries growing. There's a couple that are starting to be red. There's this like itty bitty tiny one. Probably almost there, but it's supposed to be super warm today. Maybe tomorrow and then drop back down to the 60s. Not quite my favorite weather for picking and consuming strawberries. That and they're just not quite ripe yet. So. Oh, had to double check what the map said of the best places for these stitches, but now we're back. Now we're back moving. All the Memorial and 4th of July parades are in from Girl Scouts and stuff. So many parades, but they were kind of fun. Good times. Oh, and that heaviness that was when you got to be the flag bearer. And I'm like, oh, I got to hold the flag and that like harnessy thing with the little pocket. Holding the flag out. Just looking carefully to figure out what's going on here, but that's basically the dope thing. And slide open into your pocket. Oops. Don't launch your project into the feed dogs. No good ever comes of that. Also needing to travel slowly because over time the stitch density of certain areas becomes quite substantial. And you don't want to hold the work while the needle's engaged. And breaking a needle is partly the secondary concern to having it tear your work out. Also not super awesome. Which I think I can get a better strip. Yeah, a longer path if we go this way. What's up, Fluff? Yeah, there'll be snacks at some point. I know. No. If I done it again, I did it again. Oh, hey you're back again. Okay, this is a little bit better. I can work under these conditions, I think. Oh. Watch what you're doing with that tail though. I mean, it's enough. We can't have any bloodshed on this project. This project sans bloodshed. Yeah, you think my moisturizer is tasty? You gonna sing him a song? Okay, just don't chew through the microphone. Oh. Thank you. Try to win on Schmalta. That was not helpful. Yeah, you keep him occupied, little man. Keep him distracted. Yeah, so a lot of this, it's just being really slow and deliberate and thoughtful of the stitches. But it really makes a huge difference in tidying up the work, because I was like, oh no, there's no way I'm going to get all of that white from the cutwork section to disappear, but slowly but surely, with a bit of help from our friends, a little because we are so perfect. No, we're just so lean. But we already sang our song, so we're not gonna be to the point. Yeah, so tomorrow should be some combination of box pleat and or double box pleat trim making, and also look into the buttons and actually probably not buttons, beads and sequins to see what we're gonna do, because I think it would be, oh no, that's my skirt touching me and not a cat touching your leg. Shop our stash for more bedazzlement. Trying to figure out which way to go, and I was like, oh, this kept sparking cleaning. Why don't you just twist and turn and stitch over there? I keep thinking about beekeeping, becoming an apiary, but then I'm like, bears. And they're so close. And that feels like we would just be inviting them literally into the backyard. That's really the best. We want to know that they're there, but we don't necessarily want to invite them. I think since we're getting close to the edge of this hooped area, I'm not going to unhoop. I'm going to do a whole bunch of overstitching on these bottom little triangle scallops by the flowers, just to fill them in, because I see a lot of the white background fabric peeking through, and we can do better for the mummers. Then we'll also just lay just some more couching on top, because it will also help. One little place stitch after the next. I want the couching stitch into quite close to cover up the gold, but I also Don't mind if some of the undertone gold peeks through, because that's what helps to give it that, just that tarnished dimensional quality that I'm going at. That look that I'm going for. Oh, thanks. I really do enjoy this technique for jewelry making, and see myself, we've already said that, smaller things, bracelets, little things, not everything can be this elaborate. It makes such a difference to do a good outlining stitch with the second row of couching. It just makes a huge difference in the tidiness and my satisfaction. Well, I think my perceived quality of my abilities. Oh, my head is leaving the microphone again. I know I have so many ideas for things to chit-chat for tomorrow, but I couldn't think of oodles of. I didn't have a lot of happy news this week, and then everything that I kept seeing getting ready for the show, all my like current events was like, horrible, differently horrible, questionably like, and I'm not looking to see if anything's popped off since the show started, so I think the internet's still working. The 3-eye alien spacecrafts have not yet landed to take us as plate. Damn it. Hopefully soon. But then I was wondering to myself, I said, so, do you think the 3-eye alien space cats could become infected with bobcat fever, or are they not sufficiently related to be at risk? I was like, wouldn't that suck? What if the Greys made bobcat fever as biological warfare against the feline type phenotypes? Is there inter-alien disagreements that we don't know about? I thought it was funny, the notion that like all these possible alien encounters are just like their equivalent of rowdy, stupid teenagers like out joyriding. That's a take. Guess we'll just have to wait and see, because my crystal ball only shows shades of mud. Not very helpful. I guess right now maybe it's showing shades of magma, because didn't I see yesterday that there was an uptick of activity, seismic or otherwise, at Mount St. Helena, Mount Bachelor? Oh, fuck. No, I can't remember. This is why we're not a news group. Jiminy Christmas. Well, regardless, there was seismic activity at 2 different Pacific Northwest volcanoes over the past couple of days. So that's just a thing. Oh, it'll be so good to be like actually done with the cut work, but I'm not. Going through all this slow, tedious work is worth every. I just can't neglect it. I don't know what be done and not do it, but it makes a difference. I see it, and when I hold the work up, maybe you'll be able to see it also. Oh, that's cool. The sounds of this machine is just so sweetly hypnotic that maybe we'll just be quiet and stitch for a while. Kind of regretting that we threw the school overboard. Just as good you see, the gallery's kind of quiet when I'm done with that. Now I don't have to feel bad about if I put my head down if I accidentally misread it and forget to look up to read the chat. You guys are so chatty today. You guys must be working really hard on stuff. Which is also good. Oh, that's a question that my brain just fell upon. That do we know? Does anybody know if Spencer Pratt has any in previous associations with Peter Thiel? That's the question. Until I was sitting here just now, I hadn't thought to ask think of that. That question just wasn't a thought yet, but here we are, and now it is, and I'm curious. Things to clickety-clackety later. I just don't. Oh, keep smoking and head into the microphone. I think we're gonna might need to find a different spot for you. I'm not sure what that looks like yet. I just did try, didn't like it. So I don't know. I'm trying to make up for it. Just be careful when you're so hard to tug when you're pulling because you can pull too hard and break it needle. Do try to avoid that. So that is the only time we actually change our needles. Unless we need a task-specific one. Say it with me. You don't need to believe the lies of Big Needle cleaning your machine under the hood, under the feed dogs, and around the bobbin rings will see cause you far greater satisfaction and significantly decrease sewing disasters, more so than changing your needle. Changing your needle will not clean your machine. That's your public service announcement for today's show. So long! Just had a big chunky section. I also want to be thoughtful with my stitch placement around the little crochet flutters. I don't want them to get completely lost into the background. Now we're back at it. Nope. Just like trying to beat myself up with my work today. Well, some days are like that. Someone can be hazardous if you are not careful. Yeah, I found a couple of black knit for like knitty materials. Yeah, they're not good. Regards for some blacks with some stretch in them. But I thought some cute black long sleeve, kind of like fit and flare-ish style tunics might be fun for the summer. It might be summer, but air conditioners mean I get cold. But even in the summer, I frequently like a long sleeve shirt. Actually, if I get to decide all of the options, I'm gonna go with 3/4 length sleeve. So that when you're hand washing, you don't need to fluff it out with having to pull up your sleeve all the way so the ends don't get wet, because that is gross. The 3/4 length is just a nice length. Do you ask me? Oh, I found a little pocket. I'm gonna read it out. Oh, look at that. Good job, Apple. Different. It's kind of adds some tension to keep the two halves open. It's just like a little open space. And there's a couple of spots here and there where I don't think I'm gonna do the black forward. That's the word it's called. Oh, pretty sleep. Everybody's. Oh, the cats are sleeping. Let's do it. I have to, like, at some point, remind myself that there's going to be spots where you might see some of the gold, some of the white from the background fabric, and it's gonna be okay. I wonder how much tickets for this these games were. Was there an entry fee for the contestants? Was it just an invite only? I forgot. It's been a while since I did all those details. I'll know for tomorrow. I'll look it up. Let's just Oops. Alright, go back. Oh, don't touch your face, Judy. Don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. Okay, gonna trim the gold, and we're gonna go back into some of these little red leafy sections at the bottom. Should I be, alright, yeah, it's not that exciting. I'll hold it up and we'll have more progress then. I'm not sure if it shows my work right now. I'll just wait till I have to do a leafy thing or something. Yeah, there's gonna be so many tails to trim later, but we'll do it. Yeah, I was thinking there is some more of the gray linen cotton blend. But since we're not in a huge hurry for certain things, there's things that I really want done that are some quick projects. But after we finish this, to maybe do some of the machine embroidery on glaze on the gray for a shirt and little bloomer trouser plants. Yeah, we've got trouser plants. Yeah. Not that way. Alright, rotate. Oh, hey, Lucky. Wait, I didn't even see you back there. How long have you been hanging out over my shoulder and I didn't even notice? Just don't make us look bad, okay? Hey, handsome. You. Alright, Goofy. I think we've done some really good work so far today, though, so I'm quite chuffed. Oh my god, why does streaming make you hungry? It, like, shouldn't even be a thing. I'm like, but it seems like never fail, no matter how close your eating time is to your show. At some point you're just like, oh, darn it. Oh, I'm not too hungry right now. Why? I do know I've been making terrible eye contact with the camera for this second half of the show so far, so you're welcome. I cannot, People are so silly that they manage to convince enough gullible people, or people really just are that not understanding of consequences, that they've managed to collect enough signatures for the very restrictive and nonsensical hunting, fishing, livestock, pest management bill. It's like, oh god. I disappointed but not necessarily surprised that they were even able to collect enough signatures for this piece of shit legislation to show up on the ballot back in November. But here we are. Stupid is it? Stupid does. It's starting to get so dense at the switches. I'm not necessarily just left the top of it to lay flat against things rather than roll it up. I don't want it to start to become misshapen with all my lady handling. I'll do that next. Oh, sounds like it's Bob here. Oh, slowly, let's disengage it. Oh, and I want to cut myself with my scissors. We are really something else going on here. Something else. Looks like you could turn yourself into Nelson here. Why is there 3 of you? And we're going to spend a little bit of time on bobbing this section. Maybe. Oh, I tied myself in there for the end. I won't waste your time with me trying to fluff that out. We'll just go with another full bobbin. And turn it out under the hood. What are we gonna do, boys and girls, when we're in the hood? Hello! Oh, but I like vegetables to go in my rat souffle. What? You like vegetables? That is so beside you. Right. Oh, oh, the Oregon bill. You got me confused. I am so... We're just gonna go for a few more minutes today. My brain's turning into potatoes. I don't have enough Mountain Dew. Kill the peacocks. Yeah, they name these things such, like, happy things, and you're like, oh, yeah, and it's like, oh, yeah, no, the only thing that really is gonna end up getting killed is you from the increased risk of infectious diseases. You want hantavirus? It might be in certain counties. You want to increase the risk of not being able to do pest management? Who needs a kit? Does Oregon need their largest case of the bubonic plague that they've had in years? At this rate, it's gonna be tomorrow. Well, welcome to the future of Oregon. The research is signal that animals are so much more important that will cause vector-borne infectious diseases to just become rampant. good measure. Alright, enough of that. I need. Oh. That's wrong. Alright, boys and girls. Just got started, forgot to show you, and I'm like, and I think we're gonna call it a show for today because I'm sure folks have got stuff they need to get done. I will probably sneak in some sewing by myself today and a little bit later, but we'll see how long we wait. I've got so many. I kind of want to give my family a rest because I've got so many ideas planned for tomorrow, but I don't want to. I want to take a break, but I also I would like to keep going on with it. Oh, here's oh, thought things were going funny, but no, it's just me doing insane. Let's just find the culture because my brain was like, oh, if we do the cleanup so good, we don't necessarily need it, but it will actually change the necklace will look consistent if we do some without the couching and some with. Now that we've started, we are committed. Next iteration, we can make different choices. Okay. Alright, boys and girls. What are our plans for this weekend? Are we barbecuing? Are we hiding? Traveling? Ooh, I'm getting. Okay. We're not going anywhere. We're staying at home. Avoiding large crowds. Rearranging, redecorating, making, always making. Alright, do a little cleanup in that section. Very carefully. Slow and steady. You got it. I'm going to turn this corner. Alright, I think I've come to a corner. Alright, let me do the whole hoop skirt. So let me do the work. And what's in the hoop? The gold is being reinforced. That's what we've been working on. Looks like we need to rehoop. Alright, so that's the center front of the necklace. Let's do a little, oh, don't get stuck. While we're here, before we unhoop, there's a couple of more, just a little bit more unsightly business that I see that's bugging me. So I'll just go through and tidy it up. Seeing my stitches folding up when I'm like, oh right, you forgot to add your tension back. That makes a difference. That's why you started doing it. I get into super fiddly, and this whole, what are you saying? This whole project is super fiddly, and just my perception of it feels more stressful at certain stitches for some reason. Alright. I'm getting lost in the stitches, forgetting my words and forgetting what I'm doing, which means. Alright. I was gonna do this like 10 minutes ago, but I got all invigorated to stitch again. Alright, boys and girls, you be awesome. I will be back tomorrow at 12 p.m. and I may or may not have something sometime on the Monday. We'll see. You be awesome. Don't laugh at yourself unless you've laughed at others. And alright. TTFN, have fun. I wanna hear all the fun stuff go tomorrow. Alright, bye!